Starseed Lø Lø, Laura Ferguson. I just wanted to speak a few minutes about my NDE, and I will be going into a lot more depth next time I go live. So what is an NDE? It's a near-death experience. And sometimes we don't realize it at the time, much like mine. It was a really cold, dark night near Fairbanks, Alaska, at Eielson Air Force Base. My friend and I, B, were in her dorm room. We were both age 18, 19-ish, 2001, so there were no smartphones or anything like that. And B said that she had a cold and wanted to go to the store. North Pole, Alaska, small town nearby, closest one, I believe had a car grocery store or something to that effect. We went to that grocery store, got her cold medicines, over-the-counter stuff, left. We were in my Chevy Cavalier car, which is, a little small sedan. I believe it was a 1996 Chevy Cavalier. And I'm only going about 45 to 50 miles an hour. I'm slowing down on the highway because the military base gate is in sight. And I'm getting ready to turn left. Suddenly, out of the forest, full speed, running ahead, perpendicular to my car, is a Kodiak grizzly bear. Kodiak grizzly bears, I looked up, are the largest in the world. I actually thought polar bears were larger, but no, they're not. So the Kodiak grizzly bear is running, and it's literally like the same size as my car. And it was like something out of a movie. The one second, right when it was gonna hit the windshield of my car, the bear was deleted temporarily, and there was a little cloud of smoke. No, it wasn't snowing. It was night, but there was no fog, no clouds. It wasn't snowing, surprisingly, at that time. And then the bear reappears during that second, safely on the left side of my car, and then just keeps on running as if nothing happened. And I look at my friend as we're going back to the dorm room, and I said, "Hey B, is this what you saw?" And I described that. And I don't know, she was so scared that she didn't want to tell me anything, or she didn't want me to think she was crazy. She was quiet, and she didn't say anything, so I brought that up, and she did answer and say yes, that she saw the same thing that I had seen. So, we were only 18, 19, we didn't know what happened, and we were both freaked out. After that, it was a lot of silence, and I said, "Do you mind if I stay in your room tonight?" She's like, "Yeah." So I hung out there, and spent the night and all that, and went back to my room. And oddly enough, we hadn't spoke about it since. I realized when I became aware of my spiritual awakening in early 2021 that thinking back and going back through those motions, my consciousness container had gone to the other side. And what I saw, other than the cloud of smoke and the bear thing, there right before that, it was almost like time had stopped. like that one show, like back in the 80s and 90s, Out of This World, where she stops time, bringing her fingers together. Time had stopped, and it literally, everything had flashed right before my eyes. Like, you know, a short life up until age 18 or 19. And coincidentally or not coincidentally enough, I went back home on leave, and, you know, I hardly went home on leave because it was expensive. And was home the day September 11th happened in Northern California. So, another coincidence, not a coincidence. The general of that first base went to my same high school. What in the F chances are that? Basically nil. I realized I had gone to the other side, and the flashing of everything literally rewound everything from happening, and that's why the bear, you know, had the little cloud of smoke, and the bear was deleted right here where it was supposed to hit through the vehicle and then safely running over there. It was crazy. It still is crazy. I'm going to go more in depth about it on the next live. Today, due to an appointment, I am traveling. But we're going to sit down in the office and really talk this out and talk about NDEs. Not that it has to be normalized. Really, this information should be out there because a lot of people experience this, especially with car accidents, which can happen at any age. And I know for a fact that other people have experienced a car accident and were young and didn't know what happened and did see the whole life flash before their eyes. And that's just amazing that the universe, source, consciousness, our higher selves, because it is our higher selves. And my friend B saw exactly the same thing as I did, which was even more cool because that just validates the experience. It's something that we should be speaking about, because a lot of us collectively and individually have experienced, are experiencing, and will experience an NDE. And nothing is a coincidence. So why are we experiencing it? Because we choose to. Our higher selves have these soul agreements, soul contracts, to have this experience with that bear and with my friend B and myself. And I look back and, you know, there really is no time. So it's actually happening in this moment as I'm speaking to you, which is really cool. I had a vision once during a meditation of a bear dance. And I am roughly a quarter Native American, Mesoamerican mostly, little Mayan, South American in there, mixed with the Aztec. And I saw the vision of the bear dance, and I'm like, what is a bear dance? You know, this bear keeps on coming up in my life, even though consider my main spirit animals the crows, which I will talk about that, how they gave me the energetic information that I am having a spiritual awakening, and I'm always having a spiritual awakening and growth. That's going to be another show, another day, another time, in another way. I love crows for that reason. I also love foxes, bald eagles as well. But a bear, and I looked up, bear dance is a real thing. Natives do it for celebrations, for weddings, for births, things like that. That's all I wanted to come on here and talk about a little bit. We'll finish it up next live. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye.